Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash. Once again, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders, great millstone, who rule well. Salutations also go out to the fellow Akim out there on the highways and byways, pushing this truth with all honesty and truthfulness, all right, across four corners of the earth. Try and wake up the remaining hopeful elect, who's Naaman with the DC camp. And for this video, this is again from, hey, I got to get it real quick here. I always forget from the jump. I got to get it. This is that, copyright disclaimer. All right, it says copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, which I am doing here, news reporting, teaching, which I am doing here, scholarship and research. Also, fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing, non-profit, because, hey, there's no monetary gain here. Educational personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All right, so let's go back. And what she's going to tell you here, not only do our people fail to see how they've been used, how the politics of this country is built around the fact that Jake, by and large, has no clue the inner workings of the political machine. Our people as a whole still remain on that Democrat plantation. And let's be honest, it doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican, neither one of them are going to do shit for us as a people. All right. Our people in this trap, if you will. All right. And they keep telling you, they even tell you to your face we're not going to do it. What did Kamala Harris say, in an interview? She says, you expect her to do something solely, and I'm paraphrasing here, solely or specifically for us, and it's not going to happen. But you notice everybody else is doing well. Not only that, our people continually let other interests, other ethnicities, rub elbows with us, butter us up, and guess what? As soon as they get what they want, they don't know us anymore. Aren't you tired of this shit? Apparently not, because here we're going to have an immigrant, all right? These people see what's going on, and in this particular case, they are fed up with it. It's so fucking sad, but hey, we know we're under the curses. And certain things are going to happen to us that are beyond the average person's belief. All right. But looking from, again, his vantage point from the outside looking in, these people see. You remember in our camp, this is 2023, it was 5 years ago, February, where a Cushite and might have been a Jake. I thought it was two Cushites, but one of them told us, said, hey, your people are cursed. Yes, I shit you not. That was right before we moved to where we are now. Yeah. Everybody sees it, don't nobody want to be around us, simply for that fact. Now you got all these Walmarts closing, and at a certain point, our people got to quit lying to us. So, look, you're closing this, you're taking these stores out of the black community. It's racist. No. They've been robbed blind. Let's just face it. That's a whole nother video, Salaki. But we got to keep focused on this. I'm going to go ahead and play this clip. Even people outside of our ethnic group, when you see people like this, just like fucking lose it. Now, despite what he's going to say about Malcolm X, whatever. you still should be able to see what's going on. All right. But this is something he warned about in an interview shortly before he was, murdered. So let's go ahead and roll this clip.
Listen, I saw this video the other day and I was like, I have got to share this with you. Now what you're going to see is a very passionate white man really getting in the behinds of black people. But it's not for the ordinary reason you would think it is, like racism or something like that. He is basically saying y'all hard-headed and y'all ain't listening, and Malcolm X tried to warn you years ago. We gonna believe it.
They gotta turn it down. You got that black woman just loud and...
Check it out.
Interesting to see the black communities in Chicago and New York screaming bloody murder now because these illegal immigrants are coming into your towns, being sent into your towns to take over your shelters for your homeless, take your jobs, everything. And now you're pissed off? I've been warning you folks, you black folks in the inner cities for years. The white liberal politician enemy. Malcolm X said it in 65 in a speech. The white liberal is the black man's enemy. He's a fox. He says that he's going to help you for his own personal agenda. And here is another fucking example of that. But yet you'll keep voting for the liberal politicians that give up about you. Hopefully, this...
So yes, you heard him admonish the black voters saying, Malcolm X told y'all in the 1960s, the white liberal will use y'all for their agenda, and he pointed out Chicago and New York. Now y'all whining and crying about the immigrants coming over there and taking the spot and taking over and inundating the neighborhoods. But he said y'all signed up for continuing to vote for the party who is allowing them to do it. And that's the Democrats. And so listen, y'all can do what y'all want with that. But when I listened to that, I said, ooh-wee. Because how is it that man, a very white man, might I add, invoked that of Malcolm X to indict the black community for voting for oppression? Because that's what we do.
Got to get the scripture. Got to get the scripture. This is Jake. There's a history here. All right. There is a, whoops, wrong one. There is a history here. All right. And this goes back ages. Again, we're under the curses. All right. So let's get that. Whoops. I don't know what I was thinking. Let's see. Hey, start at the top. All right. There's history behind this. All right. And it says Judah's worthless treaty with Egypt. Worthless, why? Because these are our enemies, remember. At this particular time, this is after they had us in bondage. And we were what? Still looking to them for help. All right. Start at the top. It says, what sorrow awaits my rebellious children? Says the Most High, whose name is Yahweh. That's Lord in all caps. You make plans. Well, let me read. I'm reading the NLT. It said, futile confidence in Egypt. All right. Woe to the rebellious children, says the Most High Yahweh, who I jumped the gun there, who take counsel, but not of me. All right. And who devise plans, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Now let me read NLT for that one. It says, what sorrow awaits my rebellious children, says the Most High Yahweh. You make plans that are contrary to mine. You make alliances not directed by my spirit, thus piling up your sins. All right. 2, who walk to go down to Egypt and have not asked my advice, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Here's our people. If you remember Hurricane Katrina, what was the first thing you heard them screaming out of their mouth? Where FEMA at? Where FEMA at? You're looking for help from a people that fucking, number one, hate us. All right, and we're out there on the highways and byways trying to tell you why this is so and why it's not going to change until, for those of you that don't quite get it through your thick skull, this is the Most High doing all this ultimately to make you realize that, hey, you got to depend on Him. We're under contract with Him. What we're going through now is because of breach of contract on our part. That contract being the covenant. And that's why all these curses were put on us, because we were guilty of breach of contract. All right. And it says in the NLT, for without consulting me, you have gone down to Egypt for help. You have put your trust in Pharaoh's protection. You have tried to hide in his shade. Damn. See, that's why we have to go into these other translations. All right, because it's even better. Because now we're used to ultimately the King James Version, but nobody speaks, that Old English from that era. All right. It says, therefore, verse 3, the strength of Pharaoh shall be your shame, and trust in the shadow of Egypt shall be your humiliation. Really speaks for itself, but again to the NLT, but by trusting Pharaoh, you will be humiliated. And it happens every election cycle. But by trusting Pharaoh, you will be humiliated, and by depending on him, you will be disgraced. This is why this guy is reacting the way he is. Election cycle after election cycle after election cycle after election cycle. It's the same old fucking shit with our people. And they get these people, and this is what, don't be surprised if more people like him will react violently toward us, because they see, you got to say it, foolish ass Jake in this rut. You're not, some people will say, why you even let our people vote? Because it's the same old shit. It's like, I'm not going to even go there, but a lot of you understand where I'm coming from. And now it took this, with this racist piece of shit, I'm talking about the president, all right, that's in there now, and you fell for the bullshit, but you got to ask yourself, what president has done anything for our people? I mean, I'll wait a little while. And you fell for that, Donald Trump is racist. And well, he may very well be, but under the table, I won't say under the table, but he has done things that a lot of people are not aware of as far as helping minorities such as our people. Gave money. Yeah, it is what it is. Where are you at? What do you expect from somebody like that? Look into his history. Everybody remembers the Central Park 5. What do you expect? See, that's why you're that's another thing our people get. Things become so personalized. You treat it as if you actually really know these people. And you're not holding or able to hold these people accountable. Again, that's why they keep doing what they're doing. You keep repeating the same old. Of course they're going to take advantage of us. We have no power. Actually we do, but our people aren't going to do what's needed. They're just not. All right, but our people, first and foremost, do not believe. All right, in these harlot houses they call churches, that God you're worshiping there, that's that's the so-called white man's God. That's his version. If you hadn't figured it out yet. All right, and our people are just locked in that, But again, that in itself is from on high. These people are blinded. You gotta understand, this happens because these are these same spirits that came back, all right, that weren't right in the time that Yahweh Shah would walk the earth, and even before then. All right. So let's see what else. How much more here we got?
When we vote for the Democratic Party, and if you don't believe me, go look up what's going on in Chicago with the immigrants and all the other Democratic states, like New York. The immigrants are taking over there too, and the people that we as black people vote for the Democratic Party.
That's him telling you straight to your face, fuck you. It's like, don't you get it yet? We've been here, and the thing about this, our people will never, and again, this is to cause confusion and ultimately chaos on the so-called white man's part. But you gotta understand, these people coming in are our people anyway. You don't think he doesn't know that? You gotta understand, with this devil, is nothing. It's not too much that is done without him calculating this, because that's just who he is. All right. Where is it? Proverbs. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Proverbs. I think it's 14 and 16, or is it 16 and 14? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let's try 14 and 16. Hold on. Now, oh, how does that go? Let's see. Wait a minute. Okay. Let's see. All right, let's see. Job, Psalms, let's see. Here it is. Way off. This is Proverbs 4 and 16. For they, and we're talking about the so-called white man, who is the nation of Edom, for they do not sleep unless they have done evil, and their sleep is taken away unless they make someone fall. And guess who that someone is? Number one on his priority list. Jake. All right, the Israelites, generally, but in particular, Judah. All right. So let's go back.
They are saying, what we got to do for them, we got to allocate all this money and take care of them, put them up in all these hotels and stuff. So again, this white man, I mean, he's almost as mad as we are about the Democratic Party. But you know what, though? I get his frustration, because it's like, how y'all keep voting for something that's bad for you?
Thank you.
Wow. Like, make it make sense. So that white man brought up Malcolm X to convict black people about voting for the Democratic
That's
Party.
a damn shame.
So anyway, y'all tell me what you think. And listen, for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Lenitra K Show, on YouTube. Peace.
Goddamn shame. Through this, you can see the true state of our people and how sad it fucking is. Everybody knows what's going on. accept us. Ain't that some shit? Why? Then I say because you don't believe. Someone years ago said something about, y'all believe in that spooky stuff. Well, don't you consider it spooky that we've been here this long, and no matter how much we've tried, we keep treading water? And I just told you why. This so-called white man was set up. He is a tool of the Most High to punish us. He is the sword, Psalms 17 and 13, of the Most High. All right? And through him, chiefly, we are chastised. All right? This is 2 Ezra 15:3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. We're out there on the highways and byways trying to tell our people what's going on. All right? Trying to prepare them. All right? Help them get their minds right for what's happening. They reject it. Fan their hand, cuss us out, do other things. In the past, people have even called brothers jobs and in some cases gotten them fired, all kinds of shit. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee. All right? What's that incredulity? I already got it pulled up at them online. Disbelieving frame of mind. Disbelieving frame of mind. All right? Unbelief. All right? Simple, straightforward. That's what it means. But you ain't gonna have no choice come here shortly because, hey, this so-called white man, hey, all those people, I heard there was over 600 million killed because of the DVOC shot. All right, from a reliable source, with much more to come. All right, now they have something else in the works. And I've noticed also, as I'm sure some of you have, these government buildings, at least here locally in the DMV, all right, you still have to have a fucking mask on. So they got something else planned here, and for these people who haven't quite caught on yet, they keep giving you these, keep hearing these reports. Well, there's another pandemic coming. How the fuck do you know this? Unless it's you, doing it. Common sense. Once again, 2 Ezra 15:3. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. And this is something that, Akim out there on the highways and byways have to deal with. But, like I said, you can't let it get personal. All right? That's just how it is. Hey, so with that, once again, this has been, wow, this guy, he had to refer to Malcolm X, but, damn, I just got like a New York accent, Northeast, but hey, he's right, doesn't mean he's not right, but, wow, for someone outside of our community. And he's not the only one. A lot of people have seen it. They're just not going to say anything because it's been, they profited from it. But again, another, proof that, more proof, I should say, that, hey, these curses apply to us and us only. This is madness, and it tells you Deuteronomy 28 and 28 about madness. Let's get that, and I'll close out. It's madness. I had quoted briefly Albert Einstein. I didn't quote it, but I was going to. I forgot it. About what's insanity. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and over again. and expecting different results. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 28. The Most High, Yahweh, shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. And thou shalt grope at noonday, verse 29, as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. No man. Now, Malcolm, now, Martin Luther King Jr., you notice what happened to them, and everybody else that tried on that scale. All right. Yep. So, hey, I hope whoever views this, of course, is edified, as usual. That's what we do here at Great Millstone. All right, filter everything through the scriptures. All right, so you'll know what time you're at. And having said that, time is very, very short. All right. Hey, playtime has been over for a while. Even more so now. Hey, so until the next video, Shalom.